All right, welcome back. Episode 20 of OKnowsSports. We got a special guest on today, JaSean Jackson. How you doing today, man? You doing all right?
Good, man. Having a great day today. Good work. I'm just ready.
Love that. Yeah, they got a huge game this weekend. Playing the conference leaders, McNeese, trying to secure that second spot in the Southland Conference. Quick bio on JaSean, as we always do. So JaSean's coming out of Texas. He's from San Antonio. He's a guard right now at Lamar University. He's hooping this year, second in his team in points, and he's leading his team in assists as well as steals. So it's pretty awesome to have him on, and we're pretty excited about it. So thanks for coming on, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. I'm excited for this opportunity.
Of course, man. This is great. So I wanted to talk a little bit about being from San Antonio and Texas area. I'm a Chicago guy myself, so I don't know much about that area. How was the basketball like growing up? Like, were you playing AAU or what did that look like?
Yeah, it was very competitive around Texas. You know, you got Houston and Dallas and Austin area, but San Antonio, I feel like we had some hidden talent in a sense. And once so my brother, he's 2 years older than me. My dad coached him, and San Antonio is a very underrated area until my brother and my dad, they started winning all these national tournaments, all these games, and the attention, the spotlight started coming on us, and we was just in the gym every day. Like my dad, I put a basketball in my hand since I came out the womb. Like it was really it's been work, and I just trusted the grind, and I'm just grateful that I had this opportunity at such a young age, just being around the game and being around success and being around I soaked in so much around me, and I just feel like growing up in San Antonio, it gave me a chip on my shoulder because you're overlooked, and you always have to work harder and do more than the other guy that might be from Houston or Dallas. But that just had me trust God even more and trust my grind even more, and just put the work in and just let God do his thing.
For sure, yeah, and talk a little bit about getting into the high school years. So I'm sure most of the listeners don't know this, but JaSean probably won't say it because he's a humble dude. But he won San Antonio District Player of the Year. I think that was your senior year in high school. But talking a little bit about that, obviously you were dominant. You also won a state championship in that high school season as well. So how did that feel like going through? And like you just said, trusting the grind and working with your brother and pops as well. But I mean, the grind really paid off, winning the Player of the Year in San Antonio and a state championship.
Well, yeah, it was great playing at Wagner. Now we had a great history, a great tradition. Jordan Clarkson and Andre Roberson, they went to Wagner, and my dad coached them and trained them every day. So I was in the gym watching them, work every day and just soaking in, like I said, soaking in that energy, soaking in that work, just seeing it and applying it. And then playing in that jersey at Wagner and playing for that tradition, it's a standard that we had to play at that level, especially in San Antonio, competing around the state. We had to, stand point. And it was fun. Our group was very connected. Very connected. We went through a lot of ups and downs within ourselves and externally, but the way we stayed together is just really just in the gym together at Wagner. It's waking up early, holding each other accountable, and I feel like that's definitely helped me be a better leader at this point in my college career.
For sure.
Playing at Wagner for Coach Clark, it's very disciplined. It's tough love. It's definitely made me emotionally stronger to handle different situations and playing those big games and play well and have that good composure,
Definitely.
So playing at Wagner, it was a great opportunity. Like big mark on you about everybody wants to see you, everybody wants to come watch you play, everybody wants to kill you. Everybody's coming for your head, and we didn't back down. We wanted that because we knew what we had to get to was more. It was bigger than what they, it was bigger than what the competition had for us. We knew we had a bigger goal, so we had to lock in.
For sure, yeah, and that's cool. Playing at such a big school, I didn't know, to be honest, that the two NBA dudes came out of there as well. That's pretty awesome. So talking a little bit, transitioning kind of into the college space of things. So obviously, you being a state championship winner and probably the best player on that team, what did the offers look like coming out of like you said, an under recruited maybe San Antonio? Like, what did that look like for you?
Man, so it was crazy. So that summer, my junior year, COVID shut down everything. So we didn't have AAU that summer. We didn't have nothing. So I was just grinding. I was just grinding all summer, working. That was the year before we won the state championship, and I had I won Player of the Year in the city, in the district, and I was expecting to have a big summer that year, but then other things happened. COVID happened, so I just trusted the grind, put my head down and work. Towards the end of that summer, coaches started hitting me up, like UTRGV, Coach Hill, UTA hit me up, and Abilene Christian also offered me late. And throughout the summer, I was Coach Hill, who passed away. Rest in peace, Coach Hill. His son played on our AAU team, and my dad coached him. So I would see him a lot. Like, come to the gym, all that. I would see him a lot, and it was just more just talking just about basketball, about life. Like, it wasn't really trying to recruit me, but like, he would see me work out, and he would give me pointers and stuff like that. So I'm like, damn, who is this guy? And then my my pops was like, yeah, that's the coach from Charge V. He's like, see, he plays. Oh, for real? He's been here. I didn't even know. Like, it's crazy. So building that rapport with him, I committed to UTRGV, but before my senior year in high school, and throughout my senior year in high school, I'm keeping in touch. And towards the end of my senior year, the season ended, and it was Super Bowl Sunday. I'll never forget. It was the Chiefs versus the Bucks, and right before the kickoff, I got a phone call that Coach Hill passed away to COVID the night before.
Damn.
And I was distraught because I was gonna leave like 2 months later to be on campus.
And that's been your guy for months.
Yeah, too. That was my guy for months, and talking about life and everything. So, it was definitely a curveball. That was really tough emotionally, of like not being scared of like I don't know what's gonna happen in the future.
Yeah.
I just stuck to it. I kept grinding. Like, my dad just told me stay in the gym. Like, God will have it. Who will handle it? So the tournament rolls around, and ACU starts calling me again, talking about like, okay, I understand your situation. I know like everything's up in the air for you, but we're still here for you. We still want you. And for them to come back for me that late, and with everything with the transfer portal and everything, it really meant a lot to me. And Coach Bostic, Coach Tanner, Coach Golden at the time, they really welcomed me in, like allowed me to become part of their family even before I stepped foot on campus, like calling me every day, allowing me to just talk to the guys on FaceTime with the guys and everything. And they won the big game in the tournament. And
I remember that against Texas.
Yeah, I just remember watching them play and how relentless they were and how connected they were. And I was like, yeah, this is something I can definitely get a part of and get on this train. And so I committed to ACU. And I'm really grateful for the opportunity because, the whole year before that, I didn't know if I was going to be able to play basketball ever again with COVID happening and everything.
Yeah, 100%.
The whole year was just tough. So like,
yeah, well, that's definitely first off, rest in peace to the coach as well. I appreciate you sharing that story because that's a moving one, and I know everybody was affected differently during COVID. I hate to hear that for the family as well. But that is a blessing that ACU came around, and it's kind of interesting how I know you're a faith-based guy, how God definitely works in that way. And obviously, I'm sure, I don't remember the exact score, but I feel like it was like 50-55 or something against Texas. And that I remember watching that ACU team, and I was like, damn, this team can play. So I'm not shocked that you, in your recruiting process, you're like, hey, I don't mind going to a team like that because they play with the heart on the sleeve for sure.
Yes, sir.
So when you got there freshman year, like what did that look like for you? Like when you came in as pretty high recruit, I would assume. Like, I don't know how they do recruiting stuff, whether they get 3 stars, 2 stars, whatever it is. But either way, a state championship winner coming from a prolific program like Wagner, I would guess you came in pretty hot, right?
I'll guess so. AC, well, college is different. I'll say, like I came in and that's when everybody got the COVID year. So we had 15 players on scholarship that year,
Oh, okay, that
and
makes sense.
we had five super seniors or four super seniors
Yeah.
at the guard spot, and another senior guard that had an extra year. So I was coming in like I was wanting to compete, just have an opportunity to get on the court, and show my skills. And from day one, like I came in with a mentality of I got to kill everybody, but the guys they really allowed me to just be myself and not just like be so hard of I gotta do this so I can do this and do that. No, they allow me like guys like Damian Daniels, Reggie Miller, Makai Morris, Corian Mason. Like I had some really good leaders that allowed me to just be a freshman and make mistakes, and they taught me so much throughout that year. I played a little bit, like I played 10, 15 minutes a game, and those minutes that I got were just showed me the trust that the coach had in me and the faith that the guys had in me as well. Because they were telling coach like, get JaSean in there, let me play a little bit, and I was going in and handling my business, and I was just playing well, and I just had fun with the guys. It was a very hard experience as well though. Coming as a freshman, you got weights every morning, you got
Oh
extra
yeah.
shots, extra work, you got class on top of that, and it's just a great experience of just the toughness of the challenge. Like I enjoyed the challenge of my freshman year of coming in and having to work and learning a whole new defense, a whole new offense, and just the speed of the game, getting adjusted to that. Um, it was just a very, like I said, I'm a very faith based guy, and I was just grateful for the experience. Like as I was going through it, I just kept telling myself like, this is what it's worth. It's worth it. Like all the work, all the hard nights, all of that. It was worth it. And you know, being alone out there as a freshman, in a new place that you didn't know you're going to before. Like I said, I just came there. I never seen the campus before. So, the guys that I had around me in this Abilene, Texas, like who's Abilene, Texas? I didn't know nothing about Abilene, Texas. So like the guys that I had around me, like we had a really good group of guys. We're well connected, and it was like we had a lot of problems with COVID during that year of like sitting out games and some
Yeah.
players couldn't play and stuff like that. But the way we were able to stay connected, it was really all God. Like we would go to church together, we would pray together before games, all that, and the way it held us accountable to ourselves, to our goals personally. Like we knew each other on a personal level to where if you're bullshitting, nah, stop that. Like, bro, come on, let's get on the right page. Let's get this right. And we were able to take criticism and just move on from it. And that's something that I could take now. Like I'm using now here at Lamar is like learning from those guys because that experience. Like I can see it now, looking back at it as like I'm looking at the freshmen and sophomores we have now and seeing them going through the same things. Now I can use that experience that I gained from the other guys to use.
Definitely. Yeah, and now you can be that leader that those freshmen are looking for too, which is super cool. And I got a question for the viewers and for myself that don't know what it's truly like to play college basketball. Like, what's one like nugget or piece of information that you think people don't even think about as a college hooper? Like you've done it for 4 years, or this is your fourth year now. Like, what's one thing that it's like, hey, you guys don't even know that we're doing this on the side, and we are every single day, or whatever it may be.
Uh, I would say the extra work and the recovery. I'll say that the most because here in Lamar, I feel like we work more than anybody else in the country, and that's not a joke. Like
Yeah.
we work a lot, and we put in a lot of work to be successful, and we know what it takes, and like and also like a piece of advice that I would say is like in college, like you have to play off 2 feet. Like you have to play off 2 feet just to be under control and make the right decisions because the gaps will close up so fast, and there's so many athletic guys on the court that a guy like me, a smaller guy like me, has to stay in control and be in control of my own pace And really just playing off two allows me to just like in a way master my game in a way. Like it helps me be more in control, and it helps me play at a certain pace to where when I do get in the paint around those big guys, I can be able to handle myself and make the right decision and find an open guy or be able to shoot the ball myself. And that's just finding that balance comes with playing off 2 feet.
Definitely, and I think that's pretty clear. You've learned that. I mean, being the second leading scorer and leading assist man, I mean, you got the ball in your hands damn near every possession. So that's definitely seems like you've learned that and perfected it, kind of like you were saying. I do have another question for you. So I always like to ask guys this because it's a unique question. You get fun answers from it. What was your like welcome to college basketball moment? Like, did it come when you were at ACU, or did it not come until you transferred junior year to Lamar? Like, I want to hear a good story from this one.
Man, so we played. I'll say my welcome. It was at ACU for sure, and I'll say there's 2 moments. There are 2 moments.
Okay.
Off the court, and it was in the summertime, like the first week of summer, and it's 100 degrees outside, and we were going at 12 o'clock. We just had a workout in the morning, a basketball workout at like 8 a.m. So we come out, we had conditioning, and I'm thinking, okay, it's running. Like you did it in college, you're gonna run around the track, like run up the stairs a little bit. Nah, we had sleds, like 100 pounds, something. I don't know what was on it, but it was hot, it was heavy as hell, and we had to push like 40 yards, and my hands blistering, burning. They talking about you gotta get through it. It's what we do. It's tough. I'm looking at other guys like they just chilling, going through it. I'm over here finna die. I'm all hell no. I can't go. Nah, there's no way. But then like I was like, yeah, this is college. Like I gotta get used to this work.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't back down from it at all. That's what I was built for. And
No, that's pretty good.
Second moment I'll say will be we played against New Mexico State, at New Mexico State, and at the time they were on a hot streak, and at the time we were playing really well, so I wasn't really like, oh damn, this is college, like, but and like, I ain't never seen no person really just kill us like that. But we went to New Mexico State, they were on a streak, and we played against this guy Teddy Allen. You know Teddy Allen, like Teddy Allen is a bucket. Like everywhere he went to like 5 different colleges, but everywhere he went, he was a bucket. Yeah. And I remember just being on the court, and he dropped 41 on us. And I remember just like I'm on the court, and like the shots that he was hitting is like, okay, this is next level. Like if you want to play like this, like get in the tournament, like this is elite shot making level. Like he was just busting our ass, bro. Like it was crazy. He was talking, letting it go, shooting it from anywhere, getting N1 threes, N1 dunks. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a real deal out here. Like,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Those are 2 good ones. I always like asking that one because you get some funny stories in there, just like you were saying. So transferring a little bit, well, no pun intended on that, but talk a little bit about how you moved through the transfer process. Obviously with COVID, like you said, changed up a bunch with people taking their 5th and 6th and freaking 7th years, like they do to Mizzou. But what did that look like transferring to Lamar?
It was scary. It was scary. 'Cause I didn't have a good sophomore campaign. Like I didn't play well. Just things wasn't going well for me at ACU, I'll say, and I just ended up leaving. I didn't have no looks coming out when I transferred for like the first month and a half. So that's when like panic started setting in. I was like, damn, okay, what I'm finna do. So then about 2 months later, DBU came calling the D2, and I took a visit there, and I love the campus. The campus is really nice, and I'm like, okay, I don't have nothing. I wanted to commit, but my dad didn't come on the visit with me. It was just me and my mom, and I was telling my dad, I was like, I think I want to commit. Like over the phone, I think I want to commit here. And he was like, just hold out, be patient. Like, I got something for you. Like, just stay patient. So I was like, okay. Ended up the next week, I get a call from Prairie View A&M and Lamar. They want me to come work out, just to see what it is. So I went to PV, and I'm thinking I'm finna work out and stuff like that, but no, they just want me to come play pickup, like just come hoop with them. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like that's even better for me, really. I have to get to show what I can do. And I went out there. It wasn't what I thought it was. Like everybody was like, it was like in a wreck, and everybody was just playing. Like I didn't get the vibe. Like I was really taken serious in a way. So we drove back to San Antonio, and the next day I had a workout with Lamar, and we drove 5 hours from San Antonio to Lamar for a 12 p.m. workout. And that morning, it was tough. And I'm thinking, how in the hell can I get through this day? Like, I just I just played my ass off yesterday trying to get a scholarship. Now I gotta come here today and try to get a scholarship and work. So I came here, and it was. I knew something special. Like I just knew the energy was different. Like they was trying to build something new. Like, the success was there. We just had to find the ingredients, and I feel like once I got here, we had a great interview talking to the coach, Coach Brooks, Coach Kell, all that other assistant coaches, and we had a workout after. And in the workout, we played a lot of one-on-ones with some of the players that came back, and I played great in the one-on-ones. And then we had a shooting competition after, and I killed the shooting competition. And I was like talking to the guys and just hyping them up and stuff like that, trying to show leadership. And I feel like that really had a good impact on the coaches. So after that, I had to talk to them. They said I'll stay in touch, and then like a week later, they offered me a scholarship. But like throughout the whole process, it was really just trusting, like I said, trusting my grind, trusting God. That's really just been my whole story to this point. It's just like having the faith that things will happen. I've never doubted anything that's came to me because I know it's God. Like I know everything that happens is for a reason. So when I came here, it was Lamar was not good at all. They were first year or 2 years before I got here, they were 2-9, or they won 2 games, and the next year they won 9 games. And everybody say when I transfer, "Oh, what you doing going to Lamar? Like y'all not gonna be good." Y'all just try like okay. So I heard it, and I was just okay. I knew so I started talking to the guys, and I knew the energy that the guys would have. Like they got tired of losing, and we had some talent in there. We had to deal with like injuries and stuff like that. Yeah. So once we got all that situated, like we started rolling. Like that summer when I first got here, like it was competitive. Like the most competitive practice I've ever been in. Like damn near fist fighting in there, and just like we want to win. Like dude, every drill, every rep, we were trying to win, and that was the energy that's carried on. Like I feel like last year was a way of us learning how to win and learning what it takes to win. And this year now we know, and we're applying that. I feel like we're far from done.
Yeah, talking a little bit about like the competitive nature. Obviously, you guys are dominating at Lamar. Talk to me a little bit about like how, I mean, you're arguably the best player on the team. I've watched multiple games of you guys this season, and talk about how you guys are second in the Southland Conference in that quick turnaround for you guys.
Yeah, that just really starts with Coach Brooks. Coach Brooks, the head coach, he played here. He knows what it takes to win. He coached at multiple universities that had great success. He coached the Houston team that went to the Final Four before he got here. And he knows what it takes to win. He's a dog. And like every day, if you come to our practice, Coach Brooks probably the most competitive dude in there. He wants to get after every little thing, and that just trickles down. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to be successful, and we want each other to be successful. So we hold each other accountable. So like when we're in practice and you're not coming at me as hard as you can, as I know you can every day, I'm gonna hold you accountable to that, and as Coach would. And I feel like that has what's made us successful this year is our leadership. Like Adam Hamilton, he's been a key role, big piece in our leadership. holding this team together and make sure we're on the right page and successful. Yeah, guys like uh, Drew Holyfield AJ Marmalejos. You know, we had some real talent come in from last year. So like we welcomed them in and we let them know from day one what it's gonna take. Like Earl White as well as one of our leaders is like we know what it takes to win, and we know what we have to do. So we had that standard set from day one. And one thing we always said was the next level. We were always trying to get to the next level of ourselves and just be our best version of ourselves every day. And you know that just comes with Coach Brooks. Like Coach Brooks is the identity of our team, and I'll try to carry that onto the court because I'm an extension of him on the court.
Definitely, yeah, and you can tell how hard he is on you guys when the way you guys crash the glass, man. That you guys rebound some of the best in the whole country. It's crazy.
Yes, sir. I mean that's that ring rebounding. Ring rebound is like what they do at Houston with the bubble. Now
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
We're going at it every day with that.
It's pretty awesome. Well, before we finish up, I got a few last questions for you. So you talked a little bit about your pops and your brother. So I'm assuming I know the answer to this, but if there's one person who's meant the most in your basketball career to you at this point, like who's kind of pushed you and been that driving force for you, who do you think it would be in your life?
My life, I'll probably say my brother. My brother for sure. The best sparring partner I could have. Like growing up, he was amazing. Like we watched this dude play. It was like, oh, like this dude's serious. Like, and I had the battles with him every day. Every day, my dad not taking me easy. You know, he don't care if I'm small. He don't care. And my brother didn't care either. He wanted to bust my ass. 12-0, he going to. Yeah, it's happening. Any game, anything. And seeing him be successful and the leadership that he had was very inspiring. Like I know how hard my dad was on him, but he stayed true to himself. He stayed true to the grind. He stayed true to like the love of the game, and that's what stuck out most to me was the love of the game that he had, and the way that he didn't let me slip up from that. You know, he brought me along with him, and you know it could be easy for him to just going to run by himself at 8 a.m. in the morning. You know, just go to the gym. You know, I'm 2 years younger than him. He's going to hang out with his friends, go to the gym with his friends and stuff like that. He could just leave me behind, but he take me with him, make sure I'm doing the right things. So it's definitely my brother. Like, and then seeing the success that he had in college, like of going to 5 straight tournaments, like it's unheard of. It's crazy, and like I can talk to him about that experience all the time, like of what it takes and how, and like I've been talking to him this year about like the different experiences and the different challenges that I face, and he can off the bat he knows the answer just because he's been through it so many times with so many different successful teams.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say my brother. You know, he pushed me. You know, growing up, he was really hard on me, but you know, looking back on it, I'm grateful. Like I'm truly grateful. He's a I don't know, man. I really love my brother. Like he's a great life partner, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, and that's a blessing, man. There's not many better things than a great older brother. I got one myself, so it's definitely a blessing to have somebody to look up to like that. And that's pretty cool that he's hooping as well, and he's moved around the Southland Conference and he's dominating as well. So that's pretty sweet. Well, I got two last things for you. One, I always like asking, who's the best player you've ever played with in your college career?
That's a great question.
It's a tough one.
That's a tough one. That's a great question, though. Best player I played with in my college career. I'm gonna have to go Chris Pryor. Chris Pryor from last year, Lamar. He's a point guard here, and Chris was a buck 60 maybe, but he had the heart of a lion. Like Chris was a dog. He's playing overseas right now. I think he's back. He's back in Texas right now. But Chris, he had the handle. He could shoot the ball. Great IQ. A dog on defense. And the way he held us together. Great leader. Like I'm trying to mimic what he did last year with this team. Like he really was the glue guy of our team and our identity. And the reason that we flipped this program around is because of Chris. Like our whole team's identity and the way we play is because of Chris. And that's like, I don't know,
Yeah,
like
that's pretty sweet.
that's greatness. Like the impact that he has is still felt today. Like the things, like even like the little things and nuances that people say and do is because of Chris. Like the impact that he had, and he was just a dog. Like that's probably one of the great Lamar point guards that came through here. We had a couple of them. So.
Yeah. I'm sure everybody at Lamar will say the same thing about you once you graduate. And I guess last thing I got for you, JaSean, is what is one thing you want the viewers of OKnowsSports to know about you that we haven't already covered in this podcast? It's a tough question. Hey, if it helps, I'll give you an example. Zach Austin out at Pitt, he said that he's the best NBA 2K11 player in the world. So it could be something like that, or it could be something personal, whatever you want.
I really haven't had anything crazy like that. I'll say, okay, I'll give you this crazy story. I'll give you this
okay.
Story. So my senior year, after everything happened, COVID that summer, we were supposed to have Wagner. Wagner was supposed to have the number one team in the state coming back that year, and we had two transfers come in: Austin Nunez, who's at Arizona State right now, and Jarrell Colbert, who I believe who's at SMU right now. And they came in and we're highly talented. We had a national schedule. And then 2 weeks before the season started, one of the players from our previous team the year before, he tried to transfer to another school for football. And the head football coach didn't allow him to transfer. So his mom was like, oh, hell no. Like, y'all not letting my boy transfer out of here. Y'all damn sure not letting these boys come in here. So she started this whole thing, and she went to court with it, trying to get us to not play, get our year canceled and everything, get people fired from their jobs. So this whole thing is going on, and mind you, I'm like, me and the kid was like best friends, like they were best friends growing up. Like I knew this kid, I knew his family, I knew I used to go to his house, everything, and I just felt bad that for him that his mom was just doing like the most. I just had to say she was doing the most, and she ended up getting those dudes. They weren't able to play, and they ended up like other dudes. They did the whole thing. Other dudes weren't able to play. UNL came in and like cleared they our whole varsity team out. So we had to move the whole JV team up, and I was the only guy who could play my senior year. So like that whole senior year, I'm getting triple team, double team.
That's crazy.
It went from being like, oh, I'm able to like, I was like, okay, I can get some scholarship offers playing with these guys, playing at this level, to like I'm getting triple team and getting 30 ball every game. I'm like, oh shit, what is going on, bro? Like this is crazy. Everything just flipped on his head like that. And ended up like once football season ended, the kid, so he had to come back to Wagner. He actually tried out for the basketball team, and he thought he would make it. Like the coach Stark was watching him, and like everything that he did, it was like, yeah, no, like I'm looking at Coach Stark's side, I'm like, no, you better not. There's no way, bro. So like, yeah, he ended up not playing, and like his mom was going crazy in the school and everything. But yeah, my whole senior year was crazy. Like that whole from COVID. Winning the championship from COVID and not being able to play my whole senior year, and then having the opportunity to play with some high major talent my senior year of high school. It was rough. That whole year was tough, and I feel like I was a real tough test of God. Like especially with my favorite player, Kobe, passing away. Man, that really hurt me. But in a way, I felt his spirit. I felt his spirit like with me on this journey. Like in a way, if him passing away, there's a there's beauty from that storm. You know, of him just his spirit of just being around and being able to, you know, have those memories of just watching Kobe growing up with my family and everything. All of that rekindled like once he passed away, I'll say in a way. But you know, that's why I was just worked so hard that summer. You know, I feel like it was a way of just like, okay, let's lock in. Like,
Yeah.
It's time in a way. That's why like when COVID came around, I wasn't really upset because it was like, okay, you want to get better. This is your time to prepare for college and get better right now. Like you have a whole 5-6 months off. You don't even know. Like I just kept grinding, and it ended up paying off for me. You know, my senior year, I'm thinking, okay, I can just lay back and chill in a way of like not have to press the office so much, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that challenge came with it of not having those players around me. So then I had to work even harder to get my buckets, to get to score, to try to win.
Definitely.
And it was a blessing in disguise as well. So, yeah, that's pretty. I'll say that my junior senior year was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I appreciate you sharing that story, and appreciate you taking all the time with us today. Best of luck this season, and especially against McNeese this Saturday, man. We'll all be rooting for you.
I'll say bear to me. Let me go.
All right, appreciate you, man.